Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to ASMR with Mr. Mr. Seamus. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Really excited to show you some hats today, but I think we should start with our breathing. So let's start. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, good, good, good. And now that we're a bit more centered, we can start with some scratching. So what we're talking about is sports. I have some different hats that belong to sports that we'll be scratching. Before we get into the hats, we'll take the Pasternak jersey here. We'll do some scratching. So we have the original Pasternak Winter Classic jersey here. I was not at that game, but if you're unfamiliar with this game, this Winter Classic was played on Fenway Park. So they made an ice rink on Fenway Park, and they played the Philadelphia Flyers. And the Bruins were victorious in this game. It's a very good game. This here is the is a Bruins scally cap as it captures the black and gold colors designed for the Boston Bruins. It's a fine hat. It resembles some sports moments, something you can wear casually or with a nice outfit, maybe. You could wear it out into town. It does have made with some wool, so you might want to wear it in the cooler months so that you can appreciate the cap as much as possible. So I have this, you can see here, a beanie. And this has the looks kind of a Cyclops Bruins logo here with the original Meth Bear um, right in the, right in your third eye there. And this Bruins hat's great for any kind of winter activity, you know, depending on how often you might go ice skating. You might want to wear a hat like this, or definitely keep yourself and your head warm during those more winter months. Something to really consider when wearing these hats. Now, for me, the Bruins, been a Bruins fan for some time, and one thing I can say about the Bruins is that I started in the early 90s. At that time, we had Cam Neely and Ray Borg, and Andy Moog was goaltending at the time. So those were kind of the main players that I remember from the original time period. I also grew up just down the street from the original Boston Garden. And what I remember from the original Boston Garden, particularly in the October months, was that the circus would come. I always get excited to go see the circus. But also you had your Boston Bruins games there, your Boston Celtics games there, and all kinds of different concerts would go on at the original Boston Garden, as well as it was right next to both the overhanging Green Line North Station and the North Station commuter rail lines that went usually out into the North maybe even up into Maine. Um, from what I remember that period. And during that period, sometime in the mid to late 90s, they tore down the old Boston Garden and they built the Fleet Center, which is now um, the Bank North Garden now. So I've changed name, but I remember that really originally being the Fleet Center. So that's kind of what I call it sometimes. I get kind of hung up calling things their names named for something for a long time, and then they change the names, and then I don't even know if Fleet's a bank anymore, but it was a bank. It's still a bank that controls the name on there, but that is some history with that location. Um, I've gone to several games, both in the original garden as well as the new one, and what I can remember is the some great games over the years. Games against teams like the Montreal Canadiens or the Philadelphia Flyers, New Jersey Devils, that I can remember off the top of my head. Some very good goals, some Chicago Blackhawks to very good goals, New York Rangers, great goals, great physical altercations that have gone on in the ice skating arena. And that would be both Boston Bruins games and Boston Celtics games. And during the 1990s, the Boston Celtics were really struggling in their rebuilding phases after kind of the Larry Bird and Robert Parrish and McHale kind of era was over. They were going through rebuilding for quite a few years, so they were, were a growing team during those times. And to not like the Boston Celtics you see now or more into the early 21st century. Um, this again is a winter hat, something you're going to want to wear in the wintertime. I do have a few of these. As you can see, this other one we have the honey bear. Nice scratch. This is a nice hat too because it kind of has the lightning bolt, gold, black and gold stripe here, which I like. With, of course, the pom pom on the top there. This is another one here. The beanie kind of took a beating from the puppy dog, but it's still a good beanie. Nonetheless, still needs some repairs. Working on it. A pom pom isn't something that's totally easily repairable, and something to consider that could be quite difficult. This here is a holiday Bruins hat here. You can see we want to get the Cyclops on the hub logo here. Ebenezer scratch here. As you can see, the hub logo goes all the way up at the top, and you're ready for holiday fun and some hockey. And that's such a great time for hockey, anyways. You get a lot of, colder weather, and it's more desirable to go ice skating during these kind of months too, as well. Kind of a standard hub logo hat, something you can wear very casually around town. If you go to the supermarket or anywhere really, that's up to you. Might go well with a jacket or something, something that you can wear yourself at social gatherings, for instance, or other locations that you get to deem appropriate to wear this hat. This hat is a little bit more, for special occasions. Maybe you want to wear it on New Year's or a special holiday that comes around, um, to the nightclub, wherever you'd like to wear it that you really want to show off, um, and for special occasions. Maybe even like a Stanley Cup game. For instance, that reminds me, one of the highest games I went to was a Eastern Conference Finals, Game 4 versus Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't recall what year it was, but in the past 10 years, we won the game with Stanley Cup versus the Chicago Blackhawks. I want to say 2017, somewhere in that, 2016, 17, somewhere in that department. Probably 16 or 15, maybe. Great game, and we won with the Stanley Cup, so it was a lot of fun. It was just kind of a sweeping of the Penguins, and off to the Stanley Cup versus the Chicago Blackhawks, which unfortunately did not go the best way it could have gone. We'll say to that game, and we're having a lot of good time. There's a lot of excitement around those games, and and it's fun time for me to watch a Bruins game and connect to people, who I don't always talk to. I really enjoy to talk to, and we both share a lot of passion around the Boston Bruins. And it's always very exciting to chit chat with people that that you've grown up with, or that you're close to, and talk about the game and the sports and what's happening with the team and this and that. So they're also very exciting, very lucky here on a Boston Celtics hat. Also, very exciting to go see Boston Celtics games. As Boston Celtics and the Boston Bruins both share the same arena, the same home base. It's really interesting when you have an ice rink, which on top you can build a basketball court. So every time you see the Boston Celtics play, the ice is below the wood. So they just take those plaques out and build the ice rink. And they do that in between games. It requires quite a bit of effort. But it's a really nice thing, and it's something that they share. They share their same home, and the same banners for both teams go up there. And there are some other teams in the league that share that. Maybe the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago Blackhawks, or the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks, or the Los Angeles Kings, the Los Angeles Lakers. Both share the same arena, and there are probably other teams I can't think of right at the moment. But to know that it's a beautiful thing where these two teams share the same arena and are both able to have a ice rink and basketball court in the same center zone. I always appreciate that, and I've always appreciated that about the Boston Garden, or what we call it now, Fleet Center, or the TD Bank Northcott. So I hope you have enjoyed all the scratching and chatting today. I hope that you're doing as well as possible. But most importantly, be well. Be so well.